The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Well, hello and good evening. It is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn. I played back in the Perlis and Saban eras as a center and team captain. I could not do this without my two dogs in the fight, headed off by the boss, Otis Wiley, the hard-hitting, ball-hawking safety. Both of these guys played back in the John L. and the D'Antonio eras. And Jehuu Caulcrick, running back, running people over and scoring just, 21 tutties for one season, single season touchdown record holder for Michigan State. And if this is your first time to the show, we welcome you. If this is not your first time, we thank you. Be sure to go to the live chat because that's where the party's at. And follow us on all of our social media followings. And don't forget the like and subscribe buttons. Helps us out a whole lot. Doesn't cost you a thing. Guys, let's talk about there's a lot going on. We got a jam-packed show today. Packed. Be sure to tell us where you are watching us from. We need to know that. Put it in the chat. We need to know where you're calling from, where you're watching from, what's happening. But guys, look, recapping the Spartan Dawg Con this past weekend. It was a phenomenal event. Choo was there. Otis, we did a whole lot. Otis was there in spirit. But look,
hey, I did some organizing these events before we got there.
Otis had family, happy wife, happy family, affords us the opportunity to do these things more. So you take care of that because I know in 29 days when that season rings.
29.
Listen, you might not see me on the show again because you know how it is when it comes down to just
right. When that season, the head scratching's gonna go, the fast walking is gonna happen.
I'll be like, "What you say? All right, cool, all right."
Yeah. That's just so you know. It's like you have to catch him. Whenever I want to ask a favor, I'm like, and I see he's in a good mood. That's when I go, "Hey man, what kind of mood you in? What kind of?"
Well, now when I just see, I'll be like, no.
Right. He caught on. He caught on near the end of the season. I was like, oh, what kind of mood? No.
It was good to see a lot of those former dogs on campus, the future dogs on campus. It was a great event, wasn't it, you?
It absolutely was. It was a really good event. I don't think, like we talk about it, and I know we're, former players and, people might think there's some type of bias, behind that, but there's not an event like this in the country where the past, the present, and the future all come together. It was an absolutely tremendous event. Great time, good food, good drinks, good company, and just, having the opportunity, even from the golf outing to, that Shadows event where they unveiled the new uniforms, over there. Just an all-around great event.
That's true.
Boys.
You remember that, Otis? That's it. Complete your circles, Coach D'Antonio.
Yeah.
So we had to get
you like that.
Look, that Shadows event was outstanding. It was phenomenal. Darian Harris, kind of was the MC there. You had Alan Haller, our athletic director, there, and obviously head coach Mel Tucker. Put on the event with some of the current players that modeled the uniforms. Guys, I know there's been a lot of talk about the uniforms. You can see them right here. You see Cal Halliday in the traditional green and whites, J.D. Duplain in the all greens with that O-line swag. You got Trae with that cobalt, that black. And then
all white.
Chris Vogel, that all white. Hey, man, that was the
Stormtrooper.
The Stormtrooper look. That was a consensus. Those two on the right were like what everybody loved the most. What do you guys think?
Listen, I think everything looks better in black. So especially when you got the green or the green elements in there, and then you have the paying respects and homage to like shadows and the university element tie-in. Like I feel like there's not that very few schools that truly take in consideration the history of Michigan State in these uniforms. And so celebrating 100 in Spartan Stadium, I do have to give shout outs to others that don't get the shine they should deserve, that organize this and behind the scenes. And, it's almost rattling names off. You had Rhonda Burley, Megan Hogan from the marketing fan engagement team, Nick Baker and his team for Spartan Vision, Andrew Kopaki, which, I know for a fact probably in a week or so, Choo-Choo's going to be up in there scavenging.
I already gave him the warning.
Hold on now, warning.
I already gave him the warning at the event.
Get them 3X's ready.
Who else we got? Cody Cox. We have Sarah Skilling. Like just all the people that showed up to support. A lot of our partners had an opportunity to tie in and come in there. A lot of the former dogs, the recruits and their families. Like the pictures, I didn't have to be there. I could see the vibe of just the pictures. Like before everyone came in, like the rally towels. I'm wearing the little, arm wrist, like what do you call this? Armband, wristband that has the thigh shadows and like the Greek lettering. It's a whole event. Only can be happening when you have people behind the scenes doing this. So, shout out to those teammates that got everything done so that everyone looks good in the football and the event standpoint. I just had to get that off the chest there.
No, absolutely. And I think all those people, it's a great opportunity to give them a shout out because, like you said, sometimes they do go unnoticed. But, definitely a lot of the hard work behind the scenes to make this happen. And when we were driving to Indy for Big Ten Media Day, these uniforms were leaked. And I looked at them. I was like, I don't like them.
Sure did. I wish I'd have got that on video, but then you see it with the pads.
Well, when you see it, you see the cuff sleeves, you see it, the whole getup. It's like, damn, these are nice. So now,
say that again one more time. Say it again.
Damn, these are nice. But hopefully the old parable, like Coach Prime would say, you look good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good. So hopefully. Because we're looking good, we're feeling good. Now, hopefully, we play good.
Yeah, amen. Absolutely. And we had a chance to catch up with some of our faithful listeners that were at the event as well. People like Kat was at the event. You saw, Steve Smith. Always a pleasure to see him. Sean Taylor, he was there. Tom Story was there. Yeah. Great.
A lot of people. Harriet was at that shadow.
Harriet Dean. Oh, she was the ring leader out there.
Yeah.
It was so good to catch up with a lot of the people who we see, we chat with in the chat group. That's where the party is at, the live chat. But to spend time with them at that event and then over at the graduate, no, that was a treat for everybody because you could see Choo-Choo in his element. I mean, Choo-Choo, he was, I'm
just waiting. There's some like hidden video.
No, we couldn't put this. We could not air Choo-Choo in that element.
Straight in that corner like this.
I know.
It's called Paparazzi Trae.
I'm getting those videos from other people. Cal taking videos. Cal was there. And so we had a good time. It was a great event.
It was a really good time. My favorite, part, obviously going to that Shadows event was good, but hanging out with this is Sparta fam, at the Graduate Hotel. Shout out to Langston and the crew at the Graduate Hotel. But going there and seeing that, being us with our family, with our This is Sparta fam, that was something that was a really cool experience. And it was a beautiful night. The rooftop bar was rocking. So it was Steve Smith was feeling good.
Oh, he was feeling real good. You can't forget the crazy MSU lady. And listen, Mary Lou Moore, she was in the house too.
Yeah, she was.
We seen you there. Yes, it was a great time and a lot of pictures. Coach Tuck, he was in the crowd, just hanging out, taking pictures, talking to people. You had all the current players there as well, and I can't even. That blew me away.
Talk. There's a comment says from Rolanda says, "Chew is worse than Goose. He'll have you loose." Oh, that's a shirt right there. That is a shirt.
Apparel coming soon.
Coming soon. We know how to have fun. We know how to have fun. This is Sparta.
Work hard, play hard, baby.
Yes, that's it. And this is Sparta fam. When we connect, it's like Captain Planet. When your powers combined, we have a good time.
What you see is what you get. This is us all the time. And this is actually a tame version of us if you have been around us. So in those settings, but it was also great to see everybody at that event. But you're talking about dogs. There was one that wasn't at the bit, Trae Waynes, but look, we got notification that he dropped a $500,000 gift to MSU.
Man, listen, this is one of those where I feel like we should have celebrated this way more, because from a former football standpoint, Stray, you were in the room. We were talking, sitting down with Flozell, and we were working on that north end zone gift. And, it's very huge for a former player who obviously gets to that level where Trae was at, then to truly come back and we talk about complete your circles. He has a quote was like, everything happened to me in my life because of Michigan State. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And so this is where you look at from the standpoint of a former player investing back into the program, where, we have dogs and we have former players who just ride the wave until they go into the sunset, but they won't reach in the pockets to invest. And this is the investment that, is truly, truly commendable for Trae. And knowing that he did hang up the cleats and then he has, turned the leaf and chapter into what he's doing today. I can't wait to get him on the show, and hopefully we can do one of those Marshawn Lynches and go into the woods and and capture. Absolutely. Absolutely. So congratulations on that.
Absolutely. I mean, where's he at? He's in Montana building a ranch, a massive ranch out there.
Is it Montana? Or is he back at home like in Wisconsin? That was Montana?
Montana. Okay. Yeah, he's out there. Talked to Darian about him, and one of our old players, Bazemore, is that his name? Bazemore is another
athletic director. Big Baze, athletic director out there. Yeah,
he's in Montana as well. So look, two brothers in Montana. I said, y'all got to know each other. Y'all got to hang out. It's a lot of land in between them. But look,
just straight before I cut you off, Cal,
go ahead.
Cal's trying to give me some grief. Cal, I talked to your wife. I thought you try to use to not go help do bath time and put the kids to bed. Get your ass up there and put the kids to bed, Cal. That's straight from your wife.
Oh, damn. Okay. Shots fired again. Be careful out here. Chew does not let things slide, y'all. He don't let them slide. He definitely does.
If you come for me, you better kill me.
Oh, that boy out here.
Oh, look at you. I got you, Chew. Okay.
Look, he's like, all right, I got you. Yeah.
All right, back to some highlight reels here, because we got to talk about these hops, bro. Cohen Carr, new Michigan State basketball player, just came. Look at this. Just show this video. Look at these. Oh, just gently touching the top of the back.
Man, he could go higher from what I heard, and seeing him in person, he's slim and trim, but he got some muscle on him, and he's already as a freshman. I think I met him when they got dropped off and arrived on campus, and I'm talking to Coach Izzo. You got that little top deck where he kind of it's like Lloyd Carr and Bo Schembechler, a little outside their little thing. You step out, you're able to see practice, and so he kind of came in. And he was talking, and Coach Izzo was like, "Yeah, man, like this guy thinks he could play football." He was like, "Yeah, Coach, I could play some wide receiver now." And he said it with so much confidence. I mean, jumping like that, man, like this dude is a pure athlete. He's gonna be a highlight reel above the rim. And I'm also thinking, is he gonna be a better dunker than Miles Bridges? And Shannon Brown was a beastie dunker. like Jason Richardson. So we've had some solid dunkers in our time.
You throwing out some names. You throwing some names now.
This man can do it in through the legs. I mean, just natural. Every highlight I saw in high school, I told you about this. It's dunk, dunk, dunk. I ain't see a jumper. And so we're going to look at that and see how he truly brings in that excitement with the freshman squad we got coming in.
Incredible. Exciting times, man. You know, you got the football season coming up and then basketball. Woo, man, it's going to be something in that Breslin Center when you see electrifying athletic dunks like that, man. I mean, we're excited for Cohen Carr and what he can do. Moving on to football, he's still, you know, hey, look, the David Stone report is out. He announces when his commitment will be. It looks like August 26th, the commitment date for David Stone at IMG, defense, 5-star defensive lineman.
Listen, our logo is not even on the bottom part. Look, it's the Oregon and Spartans in that corner. You can't even see us. Pull it back up, Tony. See, look, they kind of fade into the back. Like we fade into the Spartan helmet. I want to believe that I can put all my eggs in the basket with David Stone. I would love for him to come to Michigan State. It would turn us all the way up. But I just don't have a confidence based off of all the stuff back and forth. I hope he chooses to come on this side, but all I can do is pray. That's all I can do.
That's it. And
amen. Straight just said amen to that.
Look, you ain't got nothing to say.
I'll talk about it when he's here.
Right. I like, there you go, Sean. What did Freddie say about those who ain't with us? Right? Hey, have a sip to that.
Hit the road, Jack.
But hey, it's still in play. We got about 25 days until that announcement comes. We'll see what happens.
But then we got to December, right?
Recruiting. Last night at midnight was the beginning of the full contact period for the 2025 class. Guys, like, it just doesn't stop. I can't help but think about the coaches. Like, how are they doing this? You got to recruit guys in the 24 class, hard as hell. Now you got the 25s, and then, oh, by the way, they have camp opening up tomorrow. So those are the 20-hour days that everybody talks about. Because I'm going to tell you, man, from our personal experience, my son Caden down at IMG, I was on the phone with them last night, and they just started inundating them with phone calls, DMs, and Twitter. Mail showed up at the house today, like handwritten notes, like you wouldn't believe. And that's for the 2025 class, guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then, you said it started at midnight. It's not like, you're not sending out emails that you can time when you send it out. These coaches have to be up to do this stuff here. So the recruiting game's totally changed a lot. There's so much that goes into it. And like you said, Stray, they have camp starting tomorrow. So they have to worry about this, figure out this when we have day one install. We got to get the mindset right for camp, start on the right note. But, we have to worry about 2025 as well. So it goes a lot into coaching. So, and also, too, for these kids that are getting recruited, sometimes it can be overwhelming, the fact that all these coaches are coming at them. And these are 15, 16-year-old kids. They're taking all this stuff. So it's overwhelming on both sides. And, they have to find a nice balance for it.
I mean, those are great points, because I feel like if you're smart enough, if you don't want to be bothered, it's almost like they're going to force you to commit to one and it still won't stop. Usually it was like you commit. There was some respect factor of coaches like, you know what? That's your guy. We're going to respect that, right? Like there's none of that anymore, right? So you got to constantly, once they commit, you still got to build a full security wall around them to make sure that they're not flipping or going this way or that way. But to your point, like, I don't mean kids can't really enjoy high school, man, because like they getting blown up left and right, where like it's almost forcing you to say, you know what, I'm going to control the narrative on my own future. I'm going to make my decision this date, stick with it. I will fill these calls or texts, whatever they are, the case may be, when I get to them. But like, they need to focus on still producing, because I feel like if you don't produce, then all that heat and all that tension is going to come off of you. So I don't know. This is a different ball game. Like honestly, true. I feel like we'll struggle if we were playing coming out of high school in this standpoint.
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
oh yeah. Because if it's a catch-22, because if you don't continue to call the kids and show them the love, they'll flip. Because somebody else is. It's incredible. You see a lot of commits, like who is it? Auburn just flipped to Georgia, and Alabama commit. So the guys that we have in the right now committed to Michigan State, you have to continue to pay attention to them, or you run the risk of them being poached by somebody else. It's a crazy time that we live in right now, guys. It is. And I understand what you're saying. You got to keep the main thing the main thing. If you stop training and you stop focusing on the task at hand, which is being the best person you can be, best student athlete you can be, and be where your feet are at, all hell can break loose. So look,
always keep the main thing happy.
Got to. You're right.
I mean, listen, can we talk real quick about like recruiting integrity? Like, there's different tactics of, I'm going to call Choo, I'm going to call Trae, and you're committed to Michigan State. I'm going to call you from another school. I'm going to bash Michigan State to get you to think about, like, is there some shadow of doubt, right? Like, and I feel like that integrity of, like, don't bash another person's program. Talk about how your program can do things for you, but there's all of that chatter and, hey, you can't win. You can't go to the next level going to Michigan State. Look, you will be spotted anywhere from any scout, wherever you go. But from the standpoint, there's a lack of that integrity from a recruiting standpoint of, I'm not going to push this school down just to get a recruit. But then what does that say about your program from an integrity standpoint? So I just had to talk.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. It's the same narrative. If you have to talk shit on another man to lift yourself up, that means you ain't shit yourself. That's exactly what it is. So, but there are schools that do that. A kid that's a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid that's made that choice, sat with his family, weighed out the pros and the cons, and then to have a grown man come in and saying, oh, you're not going to be successful there. You're only going to have success here. What does that say about your school? Are you saying that your athletic ability is going to be different if you go to this school than if it is here? That's what it's saying there. So that's the tough part about recruiting. And at the end of the day, we have to realize that these are kids, easily influenced kids who sit with their families, trying to make the best decisions. And a coach that's powerful comes and talks, say, I'm going to change your life and this, that, and the other. No, your talents, your athletic abilities that got you there and your family is going to be the one that takes you to wherever you want to go.
Those are excellent points, and that was a big point of emphasis before, guys. When you had negative recruiting, and some of that stuff came back to bite certain coaches who were negatively recruiting a school against a school who they then wanted to interview for a job for. So that you heard a lot of stories about that. But in today's world, what it used to be relationships. It used to be talk about your school. But what they do now, they come in with that bag, the bag.
Cal's coming at me again.
It has changed the landscape. I've talked to so many coaches that are friends that, not just, that are into recruiting my kids, but just that relationships don't matter as much anymore because, if somebody offers X and, the team that he's committed to is offering Y, they're going for the money. It's some of these numbers are difficult to turn down, to say the least. So that's where we are right now. That's why there's a big focus on trying to get transparency with NIL because the collectives some of them have, they have war chests, $25 million. Some of these guys have, and some schools are down in the $3 to $4 to $5 million range. So look, with a roster of 85 scholarship players, man, with no real rules right now, we are literally in the wild west as far as that's concerned right now. And we don't know. There's legislation on the table that they're talking about, but we have a ways to go before that becomes law. And guys, we'll see what happens.
One thing real quick. I know we got to move on to the next topic, but Stray, like Otis and I are not in this position right now. You and your family are in this position where you have, coaches coming at you and doing their recruiting and all these different things. Like, what would you say, from someone that's played the game. You're in the game on the day-to-day, and now you're on the recruiting side of things, and you've seen all the tactics and everything like that. What would you say to another family, that's getting?
I was like, keep it a buck. How much money is gonna make you not blink twice?
I mean, look. What would I say to another family? Well, how much money? Let's be real. Everybody has a number. I don't care who you are in this point. That you can say it and all that. Oh, there's no amount of money, but there is. But the numbers that I hear thrown around, like, look, you have everybody's situation, everybody's financial picture is different. Being a former player myself, we value other things. We do value education. We do value development, mental conditioning. We value like the body, like what kind of rest and recovery do you have? What kind of nutrition programs do you have? All those things. Depth chart, that matters. Like, you're just not going to go chase money, and then next thing you know, you're number 5 on the depth chart. As a quarterback, right? Guys aren't going to do that. So they want to be able to be in position to actually contribute to a team and know that they're developed. Is there an opportunity for you to really, like, has the position coach put guys into the NFL if that's what your dream is? If you want to be a chemist, can I make it to Pfizer being a chemist at this school? Can you show me that path? So everybody has their own formulas for success. So I would just, be mindful of that when I talk to dads, and I do a lot of that. I do speak to a lot of dads and try to help them through the process as much as you can, because I'm always gonna try to lean green, but you have to also keep the main thing, man.
The real green.
Yeah, like green and white. Green.
That music.
Green.
Yeah. Hey, look, Kirk Franklin song, that silver and gold. I'd rather have Jesus.
That's unlimited, brother. Money, right? That's unlimited. So look, guys, we got to keep it moving, man. We got to get to our special guest, the no-fly zone. The architect of the no-fly zone joins us next after this message from our friends over at IHOP.
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back to celebrate IHOP's 65th anniversary. So come on in, even if it's your birthday too. Available for a limited time, only at IHOP. Download the app and start earning free food.
Dropping them pancakes, and without further ado, man, drafted in 2014, first round by the Cincinnati Bengals, Michigan State great cornerback and no-fly zone founding member, Darqueze Dennard, joins This is Sparta MSU. Welcome to the show, Quez. What's up? Yes, sir. What's up, baby boy?
It was good. Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate
the number 1 DB in the program history. Okay.
Right. Look at that artwork in the back there.
Hey, look at that background. Hey, everybody take notes. And so if you're on the show, you need to follow Quez. All right, go ahead, man.
Good lighting, good background, good sound, everything.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed. Can't complain at all. I'm doing good.
Yeah, it was good to see you this weekend. Go ahead, Otis.
Go. Oh yeah, look, I hate I had to miss it, but I know you've been around often. I saw you in spring ball. You came back and you was giving some love back to the young Jets, the young DBs, and I remember you told me. Who did you tell me that was nice out there that we could expect in that DB secondary?
Ooh, so really, I spent the whole spring there. So some guy who I really like, Dylan Tatum, man, he jumped off the tape just especially. We have Keon, an NFL receiver, in my eyes. He'll play on Sundays. Him to go out there and battle Keon like he did, he's still a young dog. So really, really a lot of upside. Then you got so really all the DBs I really like Lowry got really good feet. Like can't really teach like certain things that he got, like just natural ability. You got Caleb, that Georgia boy, he different. He got a burst, and he finished through his tackles and stuff as well. So, man, it's it's a man, it's a
We got some good ones.
We got some good ones. And I think that's why I was talking to a lot of the guys at the Spartan Dawg Con. Like, I mean, obviously we had a great year. We a lot of things fell in place that year, but people don't understand. Like, we was together for a long time. Like, you look at that secondary, me, Curtis, Isaiah, we was all in the same recruiting class. So like we was there for a minute. Like, we, you know what I'm saying, we experienced a lot. We had to grow up a lot early as well, and that, that helped us. So like with these guys, they way talented than we was, for sure, I would say. They just gotta, believe in themselves and put the work in.
So back to Dylan there, you were there, and he's played some safety, some corner, and where do you think his best spot is?
I mean, I can't really tell you that, because I'm not necessarily in the coaching, philosophy or in their room. So I don't really know how they being coached and how they being told. So I don't necessarily see his best capabilities. All I see him at corner, and I just know mentally, physically, and he can play it like at a high level. So I can't really say if he can he play safety. I'm pretty sure he can. If you can play corner, it's you can play safety usually if you can tackle and you're smart. But those are two different positions as well. A lot of corners can't play safety.
So you're saying corners are more athletic than safeties?
I mean,
here we go.
Hey,
you be saying
it's a yeah.
Hey, y'all got that sideline as y'all best friend.
It's a yeah and a
Nate.
It depends on who there's some guys that walk in this earth. They just
and he's like, and you that guy, right? You that guy.
It depends who you talking to.
Oh man. Hey, listen,
politician.
Let's talk. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Dry Branch, Georgia.
Yeah.
The story was told that you was playing against Keith Mumphrey as they was looking at Keith, and you was out there locking Keith down, and it was like, who's this cat, right? Like, talk about that time, like the initiation of Michigan State, the introduction while you was in there in Georgia, Dry Branch, Georgia.
Yeah, so shout out, that's the crib, that's home, always, forever. Shout out to Tweed County, So what happened was, at the time, I didn't have any scholarships. So Keith was already committed to Michigan State. So he was already locked to go. And we was getting ready to go into the playoffs. And Keith was, it was Keith's senior night, actually. And they came to support him. And
who came? Like, who came? Who
was there?
I don't really remember. It was about four people. I want to say Coach Warner. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the other two coaches was. Maybe it was Enos. It was like 3 or 4 coaches that came. It was a bunch of coaches that came, because like in the pregame, like, it's funny like now, because so what people don't know is Keith usually followed me. Like, I was the receiver. I didn't play DB. So just for Keith was the guy that was like the challenge my coach had for me, that my senior year. So I ended up having to follow Keith that game, which, I guess that opened up some eyes as well. So by us following each other the whole game, it wasn't, we was gonna have to see each other in battle. But like before the game, like the pregame, they was out there like on pregame, and I'm, kind of like barking. I'm doing a lot of barking now. I'm like, y'all came to see a show. I'm gonna give y'all one, and end up having a pretty good game. And then on the way home, my coach, shout out to Coach Copeland, we riding back on the way home, and he on the phone. He turn around, look at the back of the book. He's like, yeah, man, just got the phone with Michigan State. They said they go holler at you. I'm like, bro, get out of here. Don't believe him. And then, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday come in. I go in, to the building, and Coach Warner and Coach D sitting in the office. So that's how
hey, look,
they came about. And then at the time, I don't have, I have 0 scholarships. I don't even football ain't even in this, I'm not gonna play football. Like, I'm not about to go to junior college. I'm kind of looking at other options at the moment. So, yeah, man, God is great.
Man, other options like what? What were you thinking?
Actually cutting hair.
Really?
I wanted to.
Barber?
I mean, I thought it was easy.
easy money.
Your job. Yeah, you get to do your job. People pay you for your service. You ain't really got to talk too much. You know what I'm saying? You just, do what you got to do.
Crispy in and out the chair. I feel you.
When did you cut hair in high school? Did you cut your teammates' hair? Did you?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
What?
Hey, you was out there giving 3-point line at jobs?
When people start, the angles. Yeah, I had to practice on that a little bit, but yeah. Hey, football ended up being a little better for me.
Absolutely.
It said that no hairline zone.
So Quez, so you were a receiver really before you ended up playing against Keith, and you followed him the whole game. You played defensive back. What was it that you felt? When was it that you knew that I'm going to be a better defensive back than a receiver? What was it?
The funny thing is probably my first game my senior season. I got hit. Probably the hardest hit I ever got hit. And when I realized, like, yeah, if I'm gonna go play ball, I gotta go to the other side. Like, this ain't really going.
It's better to deliver than to receive it. Right?
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work out for me. Quayshawn Simmons, I'll never forget Buddy's name. He like to kill me. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
But he changed the course of history for you and put you on the other side of the ball where you made a little money, man. I mean, hey.
God is good. That's why, real. Everything happened for a reason.
Right, that pain brought you to joy.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're gonna look at some highlights here. You playing while we talking. Hey,
sitting on it, boy.
That looked like 96 yards.
hey, man, look. I think I was here, and I came to you. Why you ain't crib this?
Damn, after all that, you didn't crib this?
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Johnny Adams. Now, they called the flag, right? Didn't they threw the flag?
Yeah, we lost that game too, didn't we?
We lost.
Damn, boy, I see.
That was 2012 season. We lost. We were 7-6 that year. We lost 5 games total, like 12 points or something.
Right.
Yeah, they kind of like rolled into like that Rose Bowl year. It was a good team. We just you know how it is.
So I remember I almost got banned from the radio period because me and George were real hot with that call because that was a total bullshit call on Johnny Adams. I'm gonna just tell you.
We got
caught up with you.
They game, man. They game in itself to even like. I ended up getting a pass interference like right before, probably like 2 plays. It's probably like 2 or 3 plays before the throw in the corner of the end zone in the slot. It was on Mitchell to lose it. But I ended up getting a PI like a couple plays before it. That was it's crazy. It's crazy because that happened my junior year. They go into my senior year. The stuff that happened at Notre Dame. It was easy. It kind of easier to eat and be able to prepare moving forward, just because being in that situation prior. So like that 2012 season, that kind of taught us a lot of lessons. I will say, even though, a lot of games came down to the wire and flag here, flag there, a couple plays here and there could have changed that season could have easily been 12-2, easily
Right.
be 13-1. Like, so it's game of inches.
Hey, that's that Coach Dennard.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that Notre Dame. Talk that Notre Dame game, man. Go ahead, Chew.
Yeah. So about that Notre Dame game there, and even Coach D'Antonio, I think talking to him, and he said after that Notre Dame game, he called the Big Ten and said, "Hey, these refs just cost a team a bid in a national title." Because of those pass interference. How frustrating was that Notre Dame game?
Super frustrating, still frustrating to the day, just because of.
Sorry, Darqueze. We're bringing up those probably past moments where you want to
hear.
You want to get rid of. But I feel you. Like I feel you. I sense you. Like man,
that's kind of like boom. That's a weight right there for real. Just because, for me anyway, I don't want to. Like, if anybody kind of remember that season, like it was kind of national championship for me. That's all I used to talk about it, just because it was at both places, and that what I was like. It's set up for us. We talk about the Rose Bowl, the national championship just so happened to be in the Rose Bowl, so like that was like all my focus. So like going to Notre Dame, who just was the year before the year before they were just in the national championship, like they playing a team that been there before. And just to have it not have anything to do with the game, just things out of our control. We've been coached to you can't really be coach any better in those situations to play the ball or to play the the receivers as a defender. So yeah, man, that's 13-1 is crazy because. To me, I feel like we would have won that easily because we was able to match up and be able to compete. So with anybody of that nature. So yeah, that was tough.
But okay, so moving forward and orchestrating what people call the no-fly zone. All right, that's just guys that are playing in that secondary and playing damn good football. Where did the origin of the no-fly zone come from?
So this all stemmed from the 2012 season. So at the time, I'm in like marketing classes. So me and Curtis actually roommates. So me, Curtis, and Keith was our roommates, and then but Isaiah, Mylan, like all of us, like stayed down the street from each other. So I don't watch TV, I watch cartoons, and I just so happened to sit down. This is kind of at the time. This ended up my junior year. I'm kind of like deciding if I'm gonna leave or I'm gonna go. Leave or I'm gonna stay for my senior season. And we kind of like, talking through that process and watching the college football awards, Jonathan Banks win the award. And at the time, I'm kind of like, I watch who I watch. I don't really know nobody else other than people who I play. So I'm like, who is Jonathan Banks? I ain't never heard of Jonathan Banks. Like, go look at his film. I'm like, oh, I can do that. Like, he just won it. I could do that. So ended up staying my senior year, and I was like, all right, I got to find a way to, for us to get notoriety. We've been a top, 5 defense every year I've been here, and people still like don't give us our respect. So end up, coming up with a no-fly zone. Still a little bitter about that as well. So made up the no-fly zone, end up talking to like Curtis and everybody about it, and end up going to the Big Ten like interview thing, and that's when technically I announced like, all right, from now on we're gonna be known as the no-fly zone, blah blah. Kind of we popped our pop, we talked our ish, and they were kind of laid it, and they laid like the foundation, and really from there, once you say certain things, you got to be able to back up everything you say. So like for then, I knew like the capabilities that everybody had in the locker room. So it was up to us to hold each other accountable, and like we had a great group of seniors, and the younger guys as well. They was moldable. They listened. They trust us just because we been in that fire. And so that's how the no-fly zone ended up coming. Ended up making like some shirts, like ended up doing a whole bunch of things during training camp and stuff. And they kind of led on, into the season. And yeah, it went crazy.
How did Coach D and them embrace the no-fly zone?
See, Coach D, my guy. That's my dog. So like, I feel like we got a different Coach D than what I'm saying, y'all.
Definitely did.
So like, I used to have to tell like Coach D, like I gotta like look good. I gotta to make me feel good, Coach. I'm gonna be able to play, and it kind of been like that since my freshman year. So he'll kind of give me a little more leeway and talk. And then going into my senior year, we really just like bonded, me and Coach D, and it kind of end up being like a player-led team. And like Coach D big on that, the seniors having their best years, and that's what we did. And everybody was all in. It was crazy. So Coach D got to he ain't had no pressure for real. He had like, we had some dogs in the area, all the dogs controlled what they supposed to control. And, forgot what he used to say, like, keep it in the cage. Like,
the lion in the cage.
Keep the lion in the
cage. Like, keep the lion in the cage until, in an arena. And we, it was a happy balance. So that, I don't know, he figured it out.
Quinn, so you telling me you saw Jonathan Banks win the Jim Thorpe, you said, I can do that. And then you went to Big Ten Media Days and said, hey, we the no-fly zone. What kind of work went into that, like the behind-the-scenes work with the rest of the defensive secondary to get to that level?
Man, it was a long days, but it was, so the cool thing about it was like it was already built into it. So like especially in the morning, like we'll on Wednesdays or Sundays we'll have to wake up super early to go just meet and watch film, and then we'll do certain things like together. Like all of us will just be together at the house playing Monopoly anyway. So it was like, okay, let's take 15, 20 minutes just to knock out some film. Hey, what stuff that you don't understand in these coverages? All right, we're going to play it this way. If we see it this way, we're going to play it this way. And then a lot of stuff, if everybody looking at the same lenses and everybody like communicating at the same level and understanding, man, that's essentially what we like. It was a bond. And when you wasn't where you're supposed to be, we let each other know. So that was from workouts to like your daily living to like, making sure everybody was eating, like just the little stuff we just spent time with each other. We watched film together. We worked out. We pushed each other every day when we got in the weight room or on the field. Anytime we was any like competitive, like it was like half those Monopoly games didn't finish because of how competitive it got, and that would made us good. Well, excuse me, that would made us great.
Say that.
Listen, I mean, as a DB, like senior year, top 10 Jim Thorpe, and I was like, to your point, Dirk, was I was I was trying to chase that thing with every fiber of my being, dog, because that's what you want, right? You want to leave a legacy, and you did it with a fashion of grit and just growth and just grinded it out, man. I think the one thing is when we knew when you guys stepped off the bus, like it didn't matter who you're facing, it didn't matter who they had on their side. We knew that we had our dogs, and we was coming after the quarterback, and we was getting after the receivers. I feel like that defense also took that press control man-to-man like by storm, where then like you guys kind of set that mode of now Coach B is like, this is the DBs we want moving forward, right? Like people that are going to punch you in the mouth, stick with you pound for pound, speed, up and down the field. Seeing our current last season, and seeing the kind of the woes and struggles the defense, a secondary had, what was your mindset as you watched from afar? Because I know you watch just probably us and how we working, and you can see coverages, you can see routes breaking before they see them, and it's plays that you feel like you can make right now in your mind. But like, tell us about like what you saw last season, and then also what you expect to see this season.
So what I saw last season was just a young, inexperienced. They playing. A lot of times they playing by themselves, and what I mean by that is they act like they're the only ones on the field. Like even though it is one-on-one coverages, or even though certain coverages you do have some kind of help, whether that's body presence or you have a midfield safety help over top as well. So like just different things like that. That's kind of comes with experience, kind of comes with knowing the defense. Knowing basically what's your roles and responsibilities in this defense, what the plays that we supposed to make and what the plays like the defense gives up. So like that's what I seen from afar. Just a lot of, but the young kind of happens when young injuries, like having X. X was a huge part of that defense last year, and him being hurt majority of the year, that's tough. Having somebody with that experience and that communication, and so for me from afar, that's what I have seen. So in this year, just them settling down and trusting each other. I think that's the what I'm looking for. That's the next step that they got to make. Understanding like you got a team, just do your job, do your 111. You doing your 111 is more than enough. So like just understanding that and just playing. Don't play superhero ball.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
Nah, hey, that's the Coach D-isms right there, boy. Look at you.
You got that wisdom, man.
Hey, when you sitting next to the GOAT, you gotta pick up some. You gotta pick up
That's true. That's true.
So, Quez, looking at today's game, right? You see how it's changed so much, right? You hear about NIL, you hear about the transfer portal, and there's a big emphasis on stars and all these things. So, you were a guy coming out of Georgia. You Versa didn't have a lot of offers before Michigan State saw you D'ing up one of their guys. You were, I think, a 2-star is what they said. You were a 2-star coming out of high school?
I was a 0-star.
Was 0.
Yeah, I was a 0-star. They gave me 2 stars after I signed.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
But personally, like I'm 5 all day, right?
Hey, I mean,
so 0-star to first round. You absolutely that embodies like the presence of enduring and overcoming obstacles. What is a message right now? What would you say to a young guy who's sitting there in America somewhere that's a 0-star that doesn't have offers? So what does it take mentally to be able to make it through?
What I tell a kid who's sitting in the same situation, I will just stay down. I think that's the best. Don't worry about no offers. Just do everything what you can control. That's your effort, that's your attitude, that's your energy, and just continue to put forward in whatever your dreams is. And understand if you good enough to play this game, they will find you. Like they will find you, no matter where where you go. Big school, small school, HBCU, D1, D2, NAIA, JUCO. Everybody had a stepping stone. But if you're good enough to play at a level, especially now, because it's like you said, it's two sides to the NIL and a transfer portal. Could give some guys opportunities, and obviously, I was a broke college student, so the money good for them too. But just stay down, work hard, and understand the cream always rises. Yeah, just control what you control.
Absolutely. Yeah. So with that question, you talk about being a guy that was going to be cutting hair. You said 0-star. Your thought you're going to be cutting hair, and then you get an opportunity. You go to Michigan State, you ball out, and then you go into the league. You're the 24th overall pick. What was that moment like? Not only for you but your family. What was that moment like?
Man, life changing. I still just remember the day I got drafted, for real. Just even like that process, just like those 2 days, like the day before and the day of. Those felt like a week, and just the process, just seeing everybody who I had some kind of run into. And I come from a big family, huge family. My grandparents, like my grandma got like 15 brothers and sisters. My granddad got 5 siblings himself. My dad have his family as well. So like, and just the whole community helped me be the person I am today. And for me to be able to, go 12 hours, not only accomplish the things that I did on the football field, I was able to graduate. I was the first in my family to graduate.
That's awesome.
So me being the first to graduate, I also motivated my younger sisters to go to, schools, and my younger cousins to go to school. So just the things that is, the game of football with Michigan State, provided me, just this small town kid, just having the opportunity to, live my dreams, maximize my dreams. Still, waking up and doing that today, it's a blessing in itself, and it changed my life and my family life forever. So I'm grateful.
Ooh, look, that Braxton Miller interception will put it right there on cue, baby. Let's talk. Everybody don't understand the quality of man that we were able to be led by and Coach D'Antonio, right? Like, we got Coach D from the fresh one where he had to flip and turn the tide, and we got the strict. Yeah, he had to be strict and like, y'all been bandits and y'all got to get in line in order. Like, so we had that, but we also start to see the side of like him as a husband, as a father, and just talk about the time with him, and still to this day, like, we can pick up right where we left off when we see him, or we can make a call or text, and he's still accessible. And just talk about that quality relationship, knowing you're ways away from Georgia, coming to East Lansing, right? Completely total different standpoint, but just talk about that quality relationship with Coach D.
Man, Coach D, man, that's my pops, for real. Genuine dude, guy who, it's funny. Just before I left to go to Michigan State, like, first of all, my grandma, right? She really didn't want me to play football. Like, I got drafted, and she's still like, "Oh, I still don't want you to play."
First round.
So you signed that signing bonus, right?
She didn't even care about the money.
Oh, wow.
They were the type of person she was, but Coach D came in and got her comfortable, and and that meant a lot for me. That made me comfortable for in itself. That just shows what kind of, individual this person was, and just like, things that he did to show, not as a football player. Then, I don't really want to say he didn't care for us about football players, because obviously that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. But just the things he did as for us as men, and the things that, like, bro, like he made us do etiquette classes, bro. Like food, like eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he ain't like us how he was eating before a game. Like,
yeah.
just the things he do, and you don't even think about it in the moment, like in that time period. But like me being an adult now, me, you know what I'm saying, understanding, like, man, wow, like I understand why the things that he did. And to this day, like, he still call and check up on me. We just golf. He didn't kind of like fool me, act like he wasn't a good golf player, but you feel me?
He decent. He decent, right?
Yeah, I knew when I saw him coming with that copper tone arm sleeve on there.
Look out.
He's sneaky, but
Ain't those the Brett Favre's, man? Like,
he got it before Brett Favre stole all those people's money.
Here we go again.
Yeah, man. Coach D next level, man. Super grateful for him. Taught me a lot. Taught me how I want to, be for my kids and, for my family, and how I, operate in business today. Man, gave me a lot of tools in my tool chest.
Absolutely. I think we all can say that about Coach D. He is that guy that, helped mold us to be who we are. And, if we had, if he was still coaching, we had kids, we definitely want, our kids to play for someone like Coach D. But low key though, Coach D like if he be beating you, like he's sneaky good at pool, but he'd be talking shit too.
Hey, I think I'm the only one. I didn't beat Coach D a couple times. I had to wait till I got to be like a senior though to play in, because I ain't really know how to play pool until I got there for real. I had to, going out sneaking in the player lounge and practice a few times.
Right.
So I had to do that for a couple years to beat him though. But yeah, he used to whoop boys.
He did.
That's how I knew he was like, good at golf for real. Cause I'm trying to like play it off.
And he's smooth with it. Stays in the fairway. He playing cart golf easily, huh? Man.
Yeah. On in 2 and 3. Awesome. So Quez, so you've got a chance. I mean, you had your career in the NFL. You just recently retired from the NFL. No?
Not yet.
I can still play right now.
I know you look like it.
Right now.
We were talking about that at the con. I know. I mean, so we still, the door is open.
I mean, I'm looking for a job. So you're looking for, I have a lot of great skills.
Hey, tell him, man. Tell him.
What's next? What you looking for?
Oh, what kind of job I'm looking for?
Yeah, if it's not football, then what would you like playing? What would you like to do?
Oh, okay. In a perfect world, what I would like to do, obviously I have a lifestyle brand, Daily Deposits, and then running my foundation full time, Dennard Difference. So right now I'm pushing dope, like I was telling Jehuu the other day. I'm pushing dope at the moment. That is Dennard Opportunity Performance Enrichment Center. So it's again Dennard Opportunity Performance Enrichment Center. So it's a building what I got in my hometown. Doing a new version of the YMCA, because I ain't had that when I grew up. So I think it's very needed, especially at this time and age. But in the building, it has a music studio in one room. Another room, it has a photography, podcasting room. Another room, Google donated 50 computers. So that room will serve as a library. So kids who don't have internet access or just want to get away, come check out a computer and, have that access. And then we have a game room. We have like 6 TVs that's gonna do streaming and twitching. The other, I think it's like 6 TVs gonna be arcades. Then we're gonna do like monthly. We're gonna do monthly like Madden and 2K tournaments. And then I have a kitchen in there as well. I have a few chefs that's gonna work out of there. Also gonna, I have barber chair in there as well. And then I have one room is actually the entrepreneur room. So it'll be selling clothes and shoes. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're able to host your things up like you have a storefront in my building. Basically, we'll be your back office and run everything for you. And you'll get attached credit for it because it is a 501c3. So that's that's what I'm doing at the moment. But I'm still staying in shape. I'm still staying up to par to any and every opportunity possible. But yeah, so again, at the moment I'm pushing dope. It's in Macon, Georgia, 2465 Hillcrest Ave. We're gonna do a grand open August 26th. So it's gonna be like backpack giveaways, stuff for the kids in the community, have like bounce houses, that type of stuff going on August 26th. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. But I'm ready to play though. If it gotta make sense.
Right. So with your foundation there and everything, because we got a lot of listeners that always love helping out, especially love helping out former Spartans. If they want to help out or in any way, how can they do that?
Okay, so the foundation website is thedenarddifference.org. It's thedenarddifference.org. If you got like social media, my Instagram is Darqueze. I got the links on the bottom of it. I'm getting ready to do a couple of different things because we're gonna get ready to do a sneaker ball come October to be able to do some fundraising. Excuse me, to do some fundraising so I can continue to have my weekend. Because it's kind of getting to the point where I am going to retire soon. And I want to continue to bring different athletes and entertainers in my hometown to, continue to show the kids like it's always ways we can get paid off our talents, but it's more ways, to be able to do it as well. You don't have to be the person that's on the screen. You can also be the person that cut that person a check. And usually that's a little bigger.
Right.
So that's the type of information I'm trying to give, to these kids and just open up their minds. So got a few things that's going on my foundation stuff. You can basically stay up to date on with things what I got going on at Darqueze on Instagram, and then thedenarddifference.org on websites.
There it is right there. Look at that. See? Crack Producers got it right there for everybody. DenardDifferenceCenter.org. There's one right there. It pulls up online. The youth really need this. I mean, this is great, beautiful. Since YMCAs aren't as prevalent as they once were, to see you doing something like that for the youth is incredible. That's beautiful, man. I mean,
that's awesome.
It is. I mean,
pushing dope.
Pushing dope. I like that.
Will you spell it out one more time just for the people that just coming in? So they're not pushing dope. What?
Dennard Opportunity Performance Enrichment Center.
Okay.
It's the dope center. So you're pushing dope, pushing hope. You know what I'm saying? You're giving people hope that they can be able to chase their dreams to the maximus. Like, you feel me? I'm a living proof. You stand down, make your daily deposits. You know what I mean? The blessing gonna come.
Man, look, I'm proud to see the evolution of Darqueze coming from freshman year to then now, and just this is the proof of and the results of sowing seeds and reaping the harvest, man. So from One Dog, seeing you as a little jit coming in, it's like,
All right.
man, this boy's he a grown man now. Okay,
He done grown up. Look at him. He
Yeah.
done grown up.
respect, man. Respect to you, brother.
Real proud of you, bro.
Extremely proud of you, man. Thank you for your time, man. And look, we love to have you back. You gotta come around. If you're not playing ball, you're gonna be around the sideline. Help them guys out, man. You know, we need you on the sideline.
Hell, even come co-host the show with us.
Yeah,
Yes.
Text us too, man. Let us know when you in. Is this bedtime or something?
You
It's
know,
done. He looked at us like,
usually I'm like 9:44. I kind of hit the bed, but I've been traveling, so I'm trying to catch up. But I'm usually knocked out about 10:30 if I ain't got nothing going on.
I feel that, man. I feel that. Well,
That's
look,
great.
let us know when you hear it coming to East Lansing. I'm sure you probably be here when we play that team down the road, but let us know. Give us a heads up so we make sure we line something up for you. And yeah, you can take my spot on this show, man. Look,
Look at it.
Look at the four of us. I would say
Always trying. I mean, boy, I tell you.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys having.
Yeah, thank you, man.
A
Appreciate you.
lot of fun, man. Salute.
Definitely.
Great having you, man.
All right, man. Go
Take
green,
a
dog.
salute to you, brother.
All right. Yes,
no
sir.
fly zone.
Yeah, Darqueze Dennard, everybody. Man, what an incredible look. That's a great story.
Man.
You know, inspiration for a lot of people.
Look, that's that song "Rags to Riches," right? Like, man, like he did it how you're supposed to do it, right? He did it by the book, and yeah, we don't know if we never had a Keith Mumphrey that opened the door to then Darqueze Dennard, and both of those guys were outstanding talent for us coming from Georgia, and so I remember you say what? I did it without an album. I just don't remember.
Y'all ready? Yeah. All right.
Oh, man. Hey,
you know how many Keith on here? I want to hear the other side of it.
right.
Other side, with Keith Mumphrey.
The amount of people that don't know that song, but they try to do the video and they just be out here like, I ain't say a word. Hold on, wait a minute.
Y'all thought I was finished? Hey, look, before we wrap up, we got some important news to share with everyone. And one of them is the SummerSlam that's happening with Jehuu. Like, we want to show you this promo video.
What is going on? This is Sparta MSU family. This is your boy Choo Choo coming at you. And this Saturday is the biggest party of the summer live in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field. It is WWE SummerSlam. And we're giving away a pair of tickets to come out, hang out with Choo. We'll go get some drinks before the show. Get to go. If I like you, I might even sit next to you at the show. All right? Enter to win. Subscribers only. Boom.
Here's how to enter. Go to This is Sparta MSU on Twitter or Instagram. Follow us, then click the link in bio. Click the first button, says WWE Tickets. On the next screen, just fill out the form and click Submit. But here's the most important part. Share this video with a friend to increase your chances of winning. If you both enter, your odds are better. Thank you for entering, and we'll be in touch Friday with our winners. Go green.
There it is. Quick turnaround. But look, a night out with Jehuu.
That was one take. One take.
I saw a little edit there where
there was no edit. One take.
I wanted you to bring out a Bills Mafia table, man, and truly get into it, straight up,
I was in my office. I can't read this joint.
Yeah, I saw them gold slippers you had on too, cold-blooded.
Cold highs.
Hey, yeah. So if you want to come kick it with Choo.
With Choo too.
Come kick. Hey, you know some people backstage too, don't you?
I know some people backstage. We might make our way down. We might be up. Who knows? But I'll be downtown early. The show starts at 7:30, and I'll be down
this
there
Saturday.
This Saturday, August 5th. Oh, you in?
Let me check my Palm Pilot. Let me check my Palm Pilot. I'll let you know Friday.
Yeah. I will be hitting up downtown Detroit probably around 1. So you're gonna catch me in
rare form.
Rare form.
Jeez Louise, boy.
Oh my goodness. Look. So be sure to go to the Twitter or Instagram, Linktree, fill it out. Great night with you. That's gonna be fun, phenomenal. I want videos. We got to bring somebody. Oh, you got to go just take video.
Hey, look, I'm about to be.
Or somebody's got to.
I do. Look, I gotta redeem myself and be my brother's keeper.
No,
Yes,
White Castle.
that's
No
another
White
story.
Castle
That's
night.
another story for a whole other day, right there.
We'll coin that the White Castle night.
In the rain, White Castles in the rain. Look, by the way, the day after tomorrow marks our 100th show. Everyone, this is the 99th show, but This is Sparta turns 100 on Thursday. So let us know your top 5 moments. Go to any of our social media platforms and let us know. I think we're running it on our personal stories. It's everywhere. So tell us the top 5 moments that you remember in our 99 show history that you want us to review. We're going to go over those on Thursday and celebrate a little bit. It's going to be a little party. So we're going to join in the live chat and hang out a little bit with everybody and celebrate, because it's been a labor of love, but it's incredible, man. From just less than a year still. We're still not quite at a year, but 100th show, we thought it was time for us to celebrate. So, guys, what's your final thoughts?
Yeah, real quick, before we jump off, I know we had a great time this weekend, at Spartan Dawg Con, and also keep in mind, we're all one Spartan family. That when we got home, we got some, bad news. Mama Tron, Nick Tron, they were in an accident on the way home, but thank God they're all fine. Prayers up for them. If you're a prayer warrior, I know the 3 of us on here are. Let's put our healing hands up. Say a prayer for all of us in the Spartan Nation, but the Tron family. They get through this, they kick this, and everything pans out okay. But we're thinking about you guys. Nick, Mama Tron, Grandma Tron, all those, all the Tron family. That
are in the Spartan family.
Yes, no. definitely.
Absolutely.
Glad everything, was, everyone was okay. Everyone came out unscathed, but, definitely. And Mama Tron, put that boy in bubble wrap till you get him here. We need him.
Bubble wrapping. Otis, final thoughts?
Man, listen, I'm appreciative when we have defensive guest players, former players on that. I'm always getting outshined by the offensive guys. But Darqueze, man, it's good to hear his stories and how when we bring guys on, we hear evolution, even Coach D, where we had Coach. Those are the things that kind of give me the good feels of like, what Coach D did his best with this program, and then obviously gave it to Coach Tuck. So I love talking, obviously, shot with Darqueze, but I believe having him on a Jim Thorpe Award winner, people don't understand that award, how hard it is to win that award, and to have one of being a Michigan State former Dog is just great for our program. But I enjoyed our conversation tonight, fellas.
Likewise. Darqueze Dennard, you said it. That's the Heisman Trophy Award just for defensive backs. It's very difficult to win. First round draft pick from a 0-star to a first round. They're doing phenomenal things. They're back in his hometown for the youth in Georgia. You can't write it better than that. That's the kind of guy, a young man that embodies what it is to be a Spartan, and that perseverance and being able to overcome any obstacle and continuing on his quest as a grown man now. It's beautiful to see. So guys, a great show. Can't wait till Thursday, and we don't forget to subscribe. Do the subscription things, guys. This is totally different than subscribing to the show. So it is tracked. We have that technology, so we're tracking it. Gonna pick winner and hang out with you with that belt.
One quick thing, Stray. Just so you know, if you need a little extra incentive to enter the SummerSlam event, if you haven't subscribed yet, do that. Subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. If you need that one extra incentive, Saturday is the day before my birthday. So,
wow. Basically, he's inviting you out, and drinks are on you.
Oh no!
I'm playing with you. I know.
We take care.
You love the kids. You take care of kids.
We take care of ours.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, Otis, because you didn't know this, but that graduate, that whole tab was on you, according to Chew. So the upstairs up there, the rooftop was on Otis's tab. I don't know how he did it, but they believed him. So look,
Listen.
Otis.
Head scratching coming.
Hey, listen. Hey, if you don't see me on this show no longer, this other guy.
Oh no. No, we ain't let that happen, man. All right, guys.
Hey, I'm gonna send you my Venmo, guys. Y'all take me back, man.
The past collection played around for this trip. All right. Appreciate everybody. For Otis Wiley Jehuu Caulcrick, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Have a good night. God bless and go green.
Go white.
Go white.
This is Sparta MSU is a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Tony LaBarbera, Tony Gustella, and Process Driven Consulting. Additional support is provided by Brendan Duravage. On-location technical support provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our host Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest This is Sparta news, please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.